Hello and welcome back. So what we'll do in this video is we will continue on from what we did in the first one, which was just very basic heads. Remember, we're using Andrew Loomis' Fun with Pencil as a kind of a guide to how to do this. So today we're going to focus on sort of taking our heads a little bit further. So before, in the simple heads video, what we did, we very simply created a circle, and we just created a very simple dividing line, which is a line going down the middle. And then we used another circle within that bigger circle, somewhere along that dividing line, to suggest the kind of placement of your head. So for example, if you put that there, then the nose would be up there. Okay, if you placed it here, then obviously it'd be looking straight, and then put it down there, and it'd be going down, looking down. So what we also did is when we drew our nose, we drew two cross lines, one on top for the eyes, suggesting where the eyes were, one underneath, suggesting where the mouth was, right? So that we could draw, we could kind of draw this anywhere we like. So if we drew it over there, and then we created that there, and then there, we would know that the eyes went there, and then the mouth went there. Okay, so this is very clever, I think, from Loomis, because it's a really, really simple way to draw a head by just using the nose placed on a dividing line. But we're going to take it one step further here. Today, we're going to think about middle lines and eye lines. So if we take this circle here, we're going to draw a middle line, which is our dividing line. So let's just do one here like that. So we have our dividing line. I'll do that a bit better. We have our dividing line there. What we're also going to do is we're going to create an eye line. And so that's kind of a horizontal line that goes across our ball or our circle. And that is where the eyes will be in our figure. Okay, so what we'll do now, very simply, is we'll just build this character up so that we are using the eye line as our kind of guide of where the face is. Okay, so what we could do is we could start by creating the nose. Okay, so here we go, we're creating the nose. And then we'll attach some ears like we did last time. You can't see the ears because the other ear, because it's on the other side of the face. And then let's give it a chin. Okay, down there. Okay, and now we're going to create the eyes. So we've got our eye line here. So our eyes are going to go somewhere along that eye line. Okay. Okay, now we're going to create that mouth, which will obviously naturally go below here. Okay. Think about some cheeks, maybe build in some cheekbones there. And then we want to think about that brow. Okay. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we'll create any other information that we want to make for this character. Okay. And then, like we did last time, guys, I'm going to go create another layer, get my black, and then start to pick out some of the information that I want to keep in my image. So remember, you're just using that blue line as a kind of a guide that you work over. Okay, I'm going to put a bit of detailing on there, not a huge amount. won't put a neck. We'll get to necks later. If we just deselect that. Okay. Again, these will still be quite caricature-ish, because that's fine. So these are very simple ways of drawing. And they're not complicated, so we're building up our skill level as we go along very slowly, okay? So here we go, we've got a very simple character. Let's do a couple more very quickly, okay? Remember that we're going to start with our blue. Oop, going all over the place here. We'll start with blue. We'll do this again. Create that circle, that middle line, that eye line. Okay. Create on ourselves a nose for our character. That's a bit weird on the nose. There's our nose. Okay. Create some ears. Chin. Now we'll do the eyes along our eye line. Our mouth. Okay. Do some cheeks. Our brow line. Tell you what we'll do here. We'll turn this. So, obviously putting in our detail very quickly. Not sure I'm a massive fan of that nose, but anyway. So what you should be starting to see already is how, you know, even before you start to draw a face, or drawing anything really, you're starting to kind of break it down into very simple kind of structural elements, okay? And this is really important because obviously if you just go in blind and start doing a drawing, you might start to see that your drawing goes all over the place and gets kind of strangely out of proportion. And that's what we're trying to do here, is when we build up our drawing skills, we're trying to sort of get control over all the little things, which is really important. And it's going to kind of start to create a consistency in the way that you draw, which is really important. So as you can see, you know, two very simple heads there, nothing to them really, and done through the structural elements of both a middle line and an eye line, okay? Now, as we go on, we'll be building kind of everything, all those heads will kind of be built around these structural elements that we'll be kind of putting in as we go on. So hopefully, as we continue, our heads will start to sort of feel a little bit more real, start to feel less like caricatures and more like real heads. But at this point, we're just having a bit of fun, okay? So what I would like you to do in your own time is do several heads based on using that kind of middle line and eye line. Have a bit of fun with it. Just fill up your sketchbook with them, okay? The more that you draw, the better you'll get. And please feel free to upload them to your Padlet so that we can have a look at them in class. So there you go. There's Andrew Loomis's heads from Fun with a Pencil using a middle line and an eye line. Okay, good stuff. And I'll see you soon. Goodbye.